Yunim's smile dropped by her statement. She looked at Taeyong. He didn't even glance at her. Yunim, Taeyong, Taeyong doesn't like much spicy. Should I bring? Linda, I roll. It's okay. Yunim, no, no, I will bring. She went in and brought some chili and salts and kept in front of Linda. She felt embarrassed. Taeyong chuckled. Please have. He was completely satisfied with the food. He looked at Yunim proudly and smiled, which she didn't notice. After having dinner, it was almost time to go, but it was raining heavily. There was a heavy wind blowing. And now it's raining. Theon, Miss Linda, stay here for today. It's really tough to go in the rain. Linda, thank you so much, Theon. He smiled and signaled her in. Yunim smiled. Miss, I will show you the room. Yunim took her in the guest room and provided essentials things for her. She entered their shared room, but she didn't spot Theon. She looked for him in the bathroom, but he was not there. That's when she spotted him on the balcony looking at rainy weather. She was tired the whole day working, but still she wanted to spend time with him talking. So she walked beside him and stand there. So is enjoying the rainy weather? She asked to tease him. He smiled at her response. I can't express your name how much I am thankful to you. You are perfect in everything. I sometimes feels that do I even deserve you? He said staring at her side profile. She looked at him with a frown. You are my husband and I respect you a lot. She said, glaring at him. He sighed and wrapped his arms around her shoulder. She felt her cheeks tinting up. It was not the first time he touched her, but it was very rare. Okay, don't get mad, he said, pulling her closer. She hugged him from sideways, snuggling inside his chest. The weather is so cold, isn't it? He said, caressing her shoulder. He stared at him with full love. You want me to make coffee? I said. I just want you to stay like this, he said with a flushed cheek. She can feel his heartbeat. It was increasing second by second. Suddenly, a thunderlight hit, making her flinch badly. She hugged him more tightly now. She felt so comfortable in his arms that she didn't want to pull back. While he was feeling shy that how will he take up to the situation, he took a deep breath and hugged her back. His eyes were closed. Both were enjoying the moment. But Linda was watching them feeling jealous. She always loved Taeyong, but when she got to know that he is married and there was no chance for her, she didn't want to stay here anymore. So she knocked on the door, disturbing their privacy. I will check, he said and walked away. She just stood there blushing. Miss Linda, what happened? You want something? Taeyong asked. I want to go home right away, she said with a bit of mad tone. Taeyong frowned and said, but it's raining heavily outside. How will you go? Linda rolled her eyes and spoke, looking at Yonim. I need to go. My father isn't well. It's urgent. Taeyong nodded and looked at Yonim. She had a blank face. Fine, he muttered and walked outside, following Linda. Yonim also followed them till the living room. Taeyong opened the main door and the rain was still pouring heavily. Miss Linda, should I drop you? He asked. No thanks, Taeyong. I can drive myself. He nodded. Yonem looked at her in the side eyes. She seemed suspicious. Linda walked towards Theong's figure and stood there in front of him. He was confused. Yonem, I'm sorry. Linda said. Why are you asking for sorry? Yonem said, being curious. Linda gave a sad chuckle and looked at Theong. She smiled, looking at his shirt collar. She quickly grabbed it. He was stunned. Before he could process, she kissed his cheek. He swiftly pushed her away in shock. Linda jerked back and smiled. Yunim clenched her jaw. Theong looked at her in disbelief. I said sorry for this, but take care. And Theong, I will try to move on. She gave his thumbs up and walked towards her car, wetting herself. She drove off the car hurriedly. Theong looked at her nervously. Yunim, believe me, I have no idea. Yunim's eyes brimmed with tears. She walked in. He crumbled his hair, being frustrated. This was the first time she was mad at him. Taeyong, you are. Her insecurity lingered, fueled by the fact that Linda was stunningly beautiful. What if Taeyong had indeed cheated on her? She gulped, attempting to shake off the thoughts and drift off to sleep. However, a clap struck, making her flinch violently. Scared, she closed the eyes and ears. Taeyong turned, witnessing his wife's distress. He yearned to comfort her, but the lingering misunderstanding left him feeling distant and lost. As the thunderstorm intensified, Yunim flinched again. Her breathing grew heavy. She cannot sleep. She shifted positions, turning to face Taeyong. Their eyes met, but she quickly closed her eyes, attempting to sleep once more. Can we hug? Taeyong asked. His voice soft. Yunim didn't respond. Taeyong inched closer to her. She opened her eyes, looking at him in dismay. Taeyong, if you come any closer, I swear I'll sleep on the floor. She won't. Taeyong's face fell, hurt by the rejection. Another thunderclap struck, making Yunim flinch and relax. She wrapped her arms around him, making Taeyong smile, satisfied. He knew she would eventually give in, and she trembled with fear. He gently caressed her back. Don't worry, wifey, I'm here. You don't need to be scared. He whispered reassuringly. Yunim still realized her actions and tried to push him away. However, Taeyong held her closer, his hands around her waist. Her palms rested. Taeyong, what's gotten into you? Let me go, she exclaimed. Irritation creeping into her voice, Taeyong apologized. I'm sorry, Yunim, but believe me, I love you so much. I couldn't bear seeing. And as her eyes widened in surprise, he had never kissed her except on their wedding day. Her cheeks burned bright red as they looked away, still trying to push him back. Won't you kiss me back? Taeyong asked, pouting.